Hey guys, HDvee here, and welcome back to a brand new video going over Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now in today's video, I'm going to be defending Pokemon Sword and Shield. Well, sort of, really. There's been a lot of backlash online about these games, as we all know, in terms of the national decks, the graphics, and it's getting a little bit too far now. Really, people are just nitpicking at the games, just taking a look at the footage and the pictures, just trying to find a flaw with them just so they can attack them even more. And it's gotten a little bit of a step too far now. So I'm just going to take a look at a couple of the things that people are having to go about at these games and kind of just, I don't know, cancel them out with actual evidence and stuff, because a lot of it is just taken out of context. So I might get a little backlash from this video, I don't know. I'm not saying that Sword and Shield are great games, I'm just gonna go over the points that people are attacking it and see if I can come up with an excuse for Pokemon on their behalf. Either way, if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, really do appreciate it. Of course, this is gonna be a lot of comments on this video, so let me know your thoughts and feelings. Again, I'm not completely one-sided for Sword and Shield here. I do think there could be a lot of improvements for these games, and there's just a few things that are a little bit of a step too far. Subscribe as well if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way though, guys, let's get into the video and take a look at what we have to see. So starting things off, you've probably seen this image online somewhere. Now, if you don't know what this image is, taking a look at it, you'd think that on the left it was, I don't know, like a Nintendo 64 game or something like that. No, that's Pokemon Sword and Shield. On the left is Pokemon Sword and Shield, the graphics for the new games that we're getting out this year in 2019. On the right is Breath of the Wild. Now, you can kind of see there's a bit of a contrast between the images. One image on the left looks very, very badly made, and then the image on the right is obviously very, very nice. Now, a lot of people have been just throwing this online and just attacking Pokemon even more, being like, oh, just look at the difference, you know, Breath of the Wild came out earlier and the graphics are 20 times better, and Pokemon Sword and Shield is just an upscaled 3DS game, which is fair enough. Okay. Pokemon do have the technology to create graphics like Breath of the Wild. They could easily do that, and they haven't, which is fair enough. That's on their, you know, that's their idea, that's their choice. But you cannot attack Pokemon for not making it look exactly like Breath of the Wild, and that is because Breath of the Wild's engine, not the story, nothing like that, Breath of the Wild's engine for the games took 5 years to make. So obviously Breath of the Wild came out in what, like 2016, something like that? They started on the engine for that game in 2011, so 5 years in the making just for that engine. That's not going over story, characters, anything like that, items, just the engine to make the game look as beautiful as it does. Pokemon Sword and Shield, as we know, has been in development for 3 years, and that's everything. Story, Pokemon animations, getting everything like done with the map, everything like that, and the engine and the graphics and stuff like that. So you can't really attack Pokemon for not having graphics the exact same as Breath of the Wild when they've had 2 years less to do it. And as we all know, Pokemon has only been used to handheld games. You can't have a go at them for not making an incredible looking game like Breath of the Wild when their only experience is on handheld games. Yes, they could have brought in people that do have experience, like people that worked on Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. They could have done that. They didn't do that. That's their own fault. But when you just look at this image, like a lot of people have been doing on Twitter, and just attacking Pokemon for it, for not making it look exactly the same, that's because there's no context in this image. You need to know the kind of differences between them. Like I said, 5 years on getting it to look like that, 3 years on everything for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So that's kind of that. I mean, there's another image here of just the graphics again. Like, fair enough, Legend of Zelda looks incredible. It's an amazing game. The graphics are incredible. I mean, it won Best Game of the Year, so no reason, like, of course it did. Look at it, it's beautiful. Pokemon doesn't look anything like it. Doesn't look nearly as good as it. But like I said, you can't attack the game for not being the exact same as Breath of the Wild when there's literally just, they've had 2 years less to do it, and in those 3 years they've literally had to fit everything into it. They've had to create new animations for like the Dynamaxing and moves and stuff like that. Yes, they have imported, I believe, a few animations from the 3DS onto the Switch, but again, there's still loads of animations like all the Dynamaxing battles and stuff like that, and everything. You can't really have a go at them. That's 3 years in the making to make this Switch game. And as we all know, they have come out and said that to make up for the smaller Pokedex, They are going to make the wild area like incredible. We haven't seen the full game yet. We can't be attacking the game when it's not coming out until November, and we haven't even seen it. We've got like what, 3 trailers for it, if that, you know. We've not really seen a lot of the game. There's going to be a lot more. Maybe the post game is incredible. Maybe we get to go to Kalos as well. Maybe that's why they couldn't spend enough time on the graphics, because they're fitting 2 regions into this game. Would you be as annoyed if we had 2 regions in this game and the graphics weren't as good as Breath of the Wild? I wouldn't be. I would much rather have not as good graphics if it meant I could go to 2 regions, because it just means that I could play the game for even longer without getting bored. Yes, the Pokédex is a problem. I'm not disagreeing that, and there's a lot of reasons why they've come up with that don't really make up for it. You know, they've said that they didn't have enough time, and they easily could have just got more people to work on it. You know, they've not come up with great excuses, but at the end of the day, that is why Pokemon looks like that, and that is why Breath of the Wild looks like that. You can't really attack the game for not looking like Breath of the Wild. No game's gonna look like Breath of the Wild, like, for a while. Like, it looks incredible, it's huge. Just because Pokemon doesn't look like it, it's not its fault, you know. But what I do want to go over, though, is this is an image from the E3 demo for Breath of the Wild, I do believe. And look at that tree, right? Look at the tree. Look at it there, where it's actually, like, come out. That's full production. And then look at it there. It looks a lot better there. And that was in the E3 demo. So I'm not saying this is, like, a given. But maybe there's still a chance that Pokemon will improve their graphics if Breath of the Wild can do it, because there is a huge change there. Look at the graphics there. That's from the demo, and that's from the actual game. There's a huge difference there. So maybe they will have that for Pokemon as well. I don't know. I hope so. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's just a little bit, because I've seen it all over Twitter, man, and it's been annoying me every time I've seen it when people they're just retweeting it and just putting it on Twitter and stuff when they just don't really know the context behind it. They're just blindly comparing it to Breath of the Wild, and then that's that. But yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to kind of talk about, because that's unfair on Pokemon. Like, yeah, they probably could extend the game, you know, they could push it a little bit back to make it work. And yeah, we will basically be getting an unfinished game when it does come out. I mean, to be fair, with not all the Pokemon in it, it is gonna, it's annoyed a lot of people, it's annoyed me, and like I said, their excuses aren't great, so that's fair enough. That's just a completely different topic. But for the trees and the graphics and stuff, you can't get super angry at them for like that. But just to counter myself a little bit, I do want to go over this. Now this is of course like another tree from Sword and Shield, which obviously is coming out November this year on the Switch. And then the picture on the right is from Pokemon XD Gales of Darkness, which came out in 2005, so 14 years ago, which was on the Nintendo GameCube. I don't want to say it because of like the massive argument I've just had for Pokemon Sword and Shield. But yeah, I mean, the tree just looks better, doesn't it? It just looks better, to be fair. So, yeah, comparing it to Breath of the Wild, you shouldn't, because that's unfair. But Pokemon have been lazy. They have been lazy because they've already released a game 14 years ago that looks better than this. Look at the trees there. So you shouldn't compare it to Breath of the Wild. That's wrong. But Pokemon have been lazy. They could have done better than this. They could have done better than this. I know they were trying to fit it into the 3 years and trying to get it out quickly and stuff like that, but they could have easily postponed it. They could have done like Gen 4 remakes this year maybe, and then made Sword and Shield really, really, really good. But hey, who knows? But yeah, that's just something I wanted to talk about because they have been lazy at the end of the day. I'm not defending them for everything. Like, yeah, I'm defending them that the game shouldn't look exactly like Breath of the Wild, but again, the tree looks completely different. So that's that. The last thing I want to go over for today's video is this. Now, for some reason, this has been going online for apparently like the past couple of days, saying that this is the full Pokédex. No, it's not. I don't know where it's come from. I think like some Japanese article might tweet it out or something like that. But yeah, it's been making its rounds on Twitter and stuff, basically just saying, like, basically telling people that it's the full Pokédex, which it just isn't. Like, this is the Pokédex that's been confirmed so far. Like, all of these Pokemon that are on this are in Pokemon Sword and Shield, like, confirmed. All the ones behind bars in like jail cells, they just are either not in the game or just haven't been confirmed to be in the game yet. This is not the full Pokédex. There's like, what, like, I don't know, 150 odd Pokemon here, 160 maybe, pushing 70. That's not going to be the full Pokédex Pokemon Sword and Shield. It better not be. If it is, people are going to be annoyed. But at the end of the day, no, this is not the full Pokedex for Sword and Shield. Just wanted to throw that in because I saw a lot of people talking about it, and I'm like, no, I don't know why people think that, but yeah, this is not the full Pokedex. It's just the Pokemon that have not been confirmed yet for Sword and Shield. Who knows? You might have Pokemon like, I don't know, a Moongus that won't be in the game, but that's just, it has not been confirmed yet. So who knows? A lot of these jail cells may open. I hope they do. I do want like the Shinx line and stuff like that. There's a lot of Pokemon in here. I want all the starters in the game. They probably won't be, but yeah, I mean, because Charizard's out, probably these 3 will be as well. But anyway, that's just completely different. Like, so, all in all, I'm trying to defend Sword and Shield here. I'm not going to defend them for the Pokedex, because I think they could have done that. And I'm not going to, like, their excuses are bad for the Pokedex. They could have definitely done something about that. And I'm not defending them for the graphics not being better, because they could be, as we can just see here. But I'm defending it for it not looking exactly like Breath of the Wild. Like, it's unfair to say that these should be like looking the exact same. Like, yeah, if Pokemon had Breath of the Wild graphics, they would look incredible. They would look so good. I mean, that's the dream, having a game, Pokemon game, looking like Breath of the Wild, all of Pokemon in the game. It would be incredible. Imagine the wild area looking like that. It's a dream, you know, that's the dream, man. But you gotta think of it from a reality standpoint, you know. They could have done better, because this came out 14 years ago and it looks better than Sword and Shield. And that's on them. They've been lazy there, but it is unfair for them to make it look exactly like Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to defend it a little bit, because a lot of people have been attacking Pokemon Sword and Shield. I might get a bit of backlash for this video, but I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Like I said, I've done both sides of the argument. It's not just... I've not just been all for Sword and Shield, you know, I've slated them a little bit as well. Like, they've been lazy, they could have done better, and they should do better, they need to do better. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to get my thoughts on about a few things. So, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, because like I say, it's the discussion, I'll definitely reply to some of them. But yeah, subscribe as well if you're brand new. That's everything from me though, guys. Thanks so much for watching, have an amazing rest of your day, until next time, peace.